Hello, my name is Joe Collins and I'm a Regional Ambassador for the Holocaust Education Trust. Firstly, thank you so much for taking the time to either watch or play this video. It really means a lot. 27th of January is Holocaust Memorial Day, and the reason I'm talking to you today is to stress and emphasise the importance of Holocaust education and why it is so important that we should remember the Holocaust today. Before the breakout of the Second World War, 9.5 million Jews lived in Europe. After the war, 6 million of those have been subjected to industrial mass genocide, which was the Holocaust. If we were to hold a silence for every victim of the Holocaust, we would be silent for 11 and a half years. Statistics make it difficult to envisage truly the scale and cruelty of the Holocaust. So it's on days such as Holocaust Memorial Day we can all stop and think about the people who were persecuted solely for their religion. People such as Janine Weber. Janine is a Holocaust survivor and someone who, after all these years, builds up the courage and gives her account of how she survived the Holocaust. Janine grew up in Lvov, Poland. She was 9 years old when the Red Army, following the Nazi-Soviet pact, invaded Poland in 1939, later to fall under control of the Nazis in 1941. Janine and her family were forced to leave their home and live in a small house in squalid conditions on the edge of the city in preparation for the ghettos with 2 other families. For protection from German raids, Janine's father dug a hiding place under a wardrobe to hide her mother, brother and herself. During a German raid, Janine's grandmother was taken by the Nazis and her father was shot. Janine survived the raids by hiding from the SS officers, but she and her family became increasingly frail. Janine was forced into a ghetto where her mother later died of typhus, aged only 29, leaving both Janine and her brother as orphans. With deportation to camps and disease becoming an increasing danger, Janine's uncle found a Polish farmer who was willing to hide both Janine, her brother, and her aunt. Her aunt was forced to leave because of harassment from the farmer, whilst Janine was locked in a room until ordered to leave. Her uncle then found another family who were willing to look after Janine and her brother. It was here that the family's daughter informed the SS of their presence. They shot her little brother in front of her, and Janine narrowly escaped with her life. Janine was able to find work as a shepherdess, but once the family with whom she was staying found out she was Jewish, they bought her a train ticket back to Lvov, fearing for their own safety. Janine's aunt had given her a contact in Lvov in times of an emergency. Once she made contact, she was reunited with her aunt and also 12 Jews who were in hiding. The conditions of the bunker in which she hid were poor, so her aunt organised false papers for Janine. She had to learn her new identity as a Polish girl whose parents were killed by Ukrainian nationalists. She was taken in by a convent in Krakow and later by an elderly couple as a maid, where she stayed until the liberation of Krakow in 1945. At 13 years of age, Janine had lost her father, mother, brother and grandmother. It was only her aunt out of all her family who had survived. Janine was placed in a children's home by her aunt 6 months after the war. However, Janine and her aunt moved to Paris, still fearing the anti-Semitism that was rife in Poland, in which Jews were still being killed. Janine moved to the UK in 1956, where she married her husband Eddie and now has 2 sons and 2 grandsons. The cruelty Janine was forced to endure was that of millions of European Jews, and still today, anti-Semitism is existent and on the rise. I encourage each and every one of you watching this video, whether it be at school, college, university, work or at home, to think about what Janine endured and how survivors like Janine can build up the strength every day to talk about their experiences for our benefit. Every time we listen to the story and testimony of a survivor, we become witnesses to the truth. In this spirit, I'm asking you to work with me in promoting Holocaust education and help fundraise for the Trust. At the end of this video, I'll leave some contact information and details so that we can get in contact and work together in our local area, whether this be just promoting things on social media or in projects in schools. Anything will make a difference and something that is really, really valuable to the Holocaust Education Trust and to me. Thank you for taking the time for watching this video, and I look forward to working with you in the future.